Hello everyone, this is GM Var Akobian and welcome with 1000 GM and welcome to the recap of the round number 2 of the 2022 US Chess Championship. We had a very interesting round, quite a few draws here. Dario Schwirtz drew against Shankland, Ray Robson against Fabiano Caruana, Elshan Moradiabadi won against Awander Liang, Levon Aronian drew against Dominguez, and Wesley So lost against young Christopher Yoon in a sharp game, and Lenderman drew against Sevian. But the game of the day was once again Hans Niemann. He had a brilliant victory yesterday, and let's take a look what happened in this encounter. His opponent is a very sharp young player, 2 years older than him, Jeffrey Chong. 19-year-old Niemann versus 21-year-old Jeffrey Chong. And guess what? The French defense, my favorite opening, the opening that I've been playing for over 30 years, played by Jeffrey. Now we have the French, Niemann goes for the classical variation, and here you can play the bishop b4, which is the Venover variation. You can take d takes c4, that's going to be the Rubinstein variation, but here we see the move knight f6, and this is called the Steinitz variation. Okay, now e5, knight f7, f4. So I'm very familiar with these positions, and here there are many different ways to play. You can play the move queen b6, you can play a6, you can play c takes d5. These are all playable positions. Bishop e7 is another move, but Jeffrey decides to take and play queen b6, and forcing Hans to think here, for his first sort of serious think for about 10 minutes here. And normally you play the move queen d2 here. The line goes queen d2, queen b2. The main line of this line is like this. Bishop goes on b5, takes, bishop takes a6, bishop d7. Yeah, normally we get a position like this, and maybe a little bit better for white, but black actually holds these positions quite often here because it's very solid and two bishops. But none of this happened because Hans decided to play sort of a sideline here, e3. The point of this move is you can't just simply take the pawn, because if you do after knight a4, you're going to find your queen completely trapped. Can go back to b6, b5, can go to any of the squares. Okay, so I played here. Bishop c5 now comes in. Bishop c5 trying to put pressure here on d4. Knight b5 played by Niemann. Another option is queen here check, and there is queen a5. And if you go back, we might lead to a repetition here, because you do not want to play the move c3 in this case, because the knight is going to feel quite uncomfortable here. Take. Let's say queen takes, castle, and it's unclear a little bit how is this knight going to come back home. I don't think it's going to get trapped, but it's hard to see how we'll bring this guy back in. So, however, Niemann decided to play knight cb5 here, and now he's getting ready to play the move b4 to question the bishop. Takes on d4. Bishop d4. You do not want to take back with a knight here, because in this case I can actually pick up the pawn. Knight b5, actually the line goes on, bishop takes c3, and it will lead to a repetition. Because there's also knight c7 threat here, so you can't really give up your queen. And so, yeah, I mean, you can certainly take and play castle, but objectively I think this would be a better position for white. So after knight b5, Jeffrey took, bishop takes, and now played castle. And now bishop takes c5, and here is important moment here. There are two different captures here you have, and both of them look kind of natural. Knight c5 looks a little bit more natural because you're getting ready to bring the bishop into the game, but in fact it's the inaccuracy. It's important to take back with the queen here and then play the move f6, so you have more firepower on e5. So that would have been actually a very important move, to try to play f6 now to give more pressure here. So he goes, let's see, he took back with the knight, And now queen d4. And now this move b4 is coming up too. So it looks like white is getting a little bit of a grip in the position. f6 played. For example, if you just played a normal move, bishop d7, then knight d6 comes in. And now ready to play the move b4. Let's say you play a5, just simply bishop e2, castle. Yeah, this would be a quite a unpleasant pin here. White is a little bit better in this position. So, however, we have f6 come in here. Very aggressive move by Shang. Bishop e2 developing, and bishop d7. Now, the f file is open, and there is definitely some pressure here on b5. It looks very logical what Shang is doing, but now knight d6 comes in. The question is how to remove this knight. This knight is going to be a real pain in this position here. And here we have inaccurate play, I believe. Bishop a4. I think the best option is to play bishop c6. Here, 4. Now takes. And the point is to try to get the bishop out of here. You can't go to d5 because you're going to get trapped here. So you go here and bishop c4 and play this position. White is certainly a little bit better here, but black has some serious drawing chances in this endgame. Even if you lose a pawn, there's a lot of weaknesses for white as well here, so there will be chances. So this was the best line here, but Jeffrey went bishop a4. b3 by Hans, attacking the bishop. Now it goes back here, trying to bring it to g4, and now b4. This was very strong. I think Jeffrey underestimated this move. I don't know if he was thinking maybe he can play this move, but after take, rook f1, and this is going to be a very tough task to deal with this knight, deal with the pressure of the pieces. So certainly a clear advantage here for white. Because of that, we have the move knight e4. At least try to trade the knight, which happened now, bishop c4. This is a very important move because it's just not allowing black to get a coordination here, because you need to defend the e6 pawn. So far played perfectly. It looks like Hans is on his way to win another game and get 2 out of 2. He won the previous game. If you watched that round 1 recap, you would remember he won a good game with the black pieces against Christopher Young. 4. Now attacking on a2, and this is all correct. Rook hf1, trying to trade some pieces. Now g6 played, and here very important idea here is you want to try to anchor this rook somewhere. So you have a pawn here. So what could be a good square to blockade this, so I can calmly play the move rook e1 and pick up the last dangerous pawn here. And that move is simply rook f6. Knight takes, pawn will take on f6. So most likely you'll play this move. Now we can play rook df1. If there is a trade, and yeah, this f pass pawn is going to be very strong, and we have rook e1, rook e3. Try to simply eliminate the pawn on e3. So g6. And now, yeah, I mean, rook f6, I understand it's hard to play, but even if you don't see that, you should just trade. Trade one pair of the pieces and just go here. Now, if let's say like something like rook f2 comes in, you simply put your bishop here, and rook is coming to e1. Okay, so it's going to be a very good winning chances here for white. Technically winning position. Just have to make sure you don't misplay it. Yeah, so again, 2 options here. Rook takes f8 was likely the winner after bishop d5, or rook f6 immediately, which is the computer choice, the strongest one. But he unfortunately played bishop g4, and this throws away most of the advantage, because after this move, how to defend the pawn? You don't have adequate defense, because he was probably thinking about e6, but that actually is a problem. Okay, c8, and guess what? You have trouble now to defend your pawn, because your bishop on g4 is misplaced, your king is not even on b2, so you don't even have the move c3. So yeah, this is very unpleasant, and now black is simply going to be taking over the game. Yeah, really bad oversight here with via bishop g4. It's basically threw away the hard work of the first 2.5, 3 hours, you know, because now just you're gonna lose your e pawn. Yeah, you don't have a good way to defend this pawn now, and you're not also winning the e pawn. So d4 takes. Okay, g7. Bishop c6. Black is just active here. And then b5. I kind of like the move b5 because it's preventing white from expanding. And he had to deal with his weaknesses, so that's why I like this move. Is fixing the pawn on a3 also. And it's not easy to open up the position. d3. Doubling up the rooks. h5. Yeah, rook d3. Okay. Yeah, Hans was trying, but again, this e3 pawn became such a strong threat, and so here, rook e7, bishop e4. Again, Jeffrey is just trying to stay as active and always threaten with some invasion with the rook, or you know, if you exchange the bishop, that e pawn might go. So just go back. Yeah, controlling the position. And now just simply rook e1, bishop c6, and they repeat it to a draw here. So yeah, that's how the game ended in a draw. Definitely a missed opportunity for Hans Niemann in this game. And I want to pull one. Yeah, so definitely he had chances. There are two moments here where he could have won the game. Right around here, rook f6 simply wins the game, and takes, pawn takes, and now then you go rook e1 and just take the pawn. And the second moment was yeah, right, this same moment here, just if rook f6 was too hard, just simply take. Bishop d5, centralizing the bishop, protecting the pawn on g2, and now getting ready to push. The king being on c1 is very helpful in order to defend the pawn. So let's say here. Now it's defended, and now rook e1 is coming up. But if you go here, I just simply can take another pawn. You know, that will increase the material advantage, and when needed, pawns will start advancing. So yeah, definitely missed opportunity here. Hans wouldn't be happy here after analyzing the game, because you know he played a really good game, and outplayed Jeffrey Chong in that French defense, and just had to just remain a little bit more precise at the right moment, and he would have won the game. But anyway, at the moment, again, there's just a tie for first between Niemann and I think it was Niemann is tied with Sam Savian. Sorry, yeah, because Sam won his first round game against Moradiabadi, and they both drew this today, so they're still tied for first. Hans Niemann and Sam Savian. So yeah, it's very interesting to see the battle of youth. We have some, you know, really strong youth. We have some middle-aged GMs. We have it's a very, very interesting field. You know, middle age, and we have some older chess players as well in the field. So like Levon and Elshan. So players who are close to 4 years old. Yep. So that concludes this recap. Bishop g4. You have to be careful, guys. Once again, putting the pieces on unstable, unprotected squares, because if you do that, it's just going to become a problem like in this game. Okay, then boom, you can't even play e6. Because if you play e6, you're lying the rook c8, and I will pick up on c2, and just going to be a big trouble here. So that's why 4 was played. So this is a long tournament, guys. We'll have 13 recap videos for each round. Okay, 1 round a day. They have some rest days. They have 2 rest days. The first one is going to be on this coming Monday. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to 1000 GM YouTube channel, guys, and we'll bring you all the updates from the St. Louis, from the capital of chess in America, and you will see all the exciting games. And let's see if Hans Niemann can continue his good form. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.